All right, welcome back. We needed a little break. We took one, and we're glad you're back with us now as we focus on baseball. Andrew Fillipponi, I am a firm believer in safety. I happen to think sports teams would be in the most safety bubble as you can be, given all the people they know, given all the medical people around them, given the testing that will be there. Baseball, however, may have gone a little bit too far. You cannot fraternize. You're not allowed to spit. You can't high five. You can't use Uber. No bat boys, no bat girls. You can't shower. You can't leave your hotel. Do you think they've gone a little bit much with this safety concern issue?
Well, what I don't get is if they're testing them and they all test negative for the coronavirus, and we know that they're not sick, why can't they be around each other or touch each other? Do you know what I'm trying to say?
I agree
if we
with
know
you.
that they're testing negative, then why do we need to limit contact? I mean, if it's rampant testing, then I'm not asking these guys to hug it out after every play, but I mean, what are you going to say? Like, you can't high five, but you can slide into somebody at second base? Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, they want the first baseman to back off. How can you play this game? Multiple balls? Once multiple players touches a ball and they got to get a new ball, they're going to be going through balls every pitch. Can you breathe? Now, I mean, like Pony said, you're getting tested before you go to the ballpark. Everyone in there should be negative, right? I understand that maybe this lags a little bit with coming up positive, but maybe you get to the point. I know someone brought up on the Nightly Sports Call the other day, what about umpires being right there? Well, if you can't move them back, then I think it's time to go to electronic balls and strikes and maybe sensors on first, second, and third, or something like that. You're going to have people in stands. They're going to be rosters of 50 people, and the guys that aren't playing are going to be 6 feet away in stands. You can't choose sunflower seeds. I think some of this is over the top, but I understand what they're doing, and I think a lot of it is perception, but I'm sure there'll be a lot of back and forth
All
here.
they have to do is watch the KBO. They do it right. They've gone a week and a half, almost 2 weeks now, of games day in, day out. They're doing it without all of these rules we just cited, and I think you can do it that way. I understand concern, and I'm all for safety, but I think they may have gone a little bit too far with this. All right, let's talk about Blake Snell, because Blake Snell came out this week, and I was fine with what he had to say until he got to a point. He's the Tampa Bay pitcher who basically said, hey, this safety, I'm very concerned. And if he would have stopped there, I would have been fine. But then he turned it into money, a money grab, and how he wants his. Listen, there are people all around us who are working at far more risk than he will ever face. It's one or the other. What did you think of his take, Pony?
To say that he wouldn't take any pay cut and that at the end of the day he's basically making peanuts was offensive, frankly. I think baseball and Blake Snell and the Players Union should have called him up right away and said, what are you doing? They need to realize that this is a time for sacrifice. And I think actually, Bob, they got to look at it like it's an investment. The players and the owners might be losing money in 2020, but if they get back on the field and baseball gets used as a way of bringing American sports fans together again, then I think they'll actually pick up new fans, which in the long run will be beneficial for baseball. People do that with investments all the time. They lose money at the start to make money down the road, and I think that's how the players and owners have to look at this situation.
You know, what are they going to do? I'm going to ask both of you guys this question. If health officials say it's okay to play and they don't play because players are sitting out because they're not going to make enough money. I mean, $3 million, $3.5 million is not enough for Blake Snell. He said he doesn't want to play for half of what he's making for half the production, half the games. So baseball is probably what, the second most popular sport in the country? Where would that fall? Where would its popularity go if these guys don't play and health officials say it's okay to play?
Well, I don't have a problem if he doesn't want to play because he's concerned about health. If that's it, fine. You make a choice. That means you don't get paid. That means you, I think, lose a service year. That's fine.
Yep.
But when you turn it into the other way, I have a real problem with that, Andrew. If you're going to make money when people out there are on an unemployment line to the tune of 39 million people, Pony, come on. I mean, that doesn't resonate with me at all.
No, it shouldn't. Baseball's on thin ice. I mean, it's not the NFL. It's no longer America's favorite sport. Its World Series ratings have been in the toilet. Fewer and fewer people watch. Nobody cares about the All-Star game. I think this has the potential to do long-term damage to the sport in a sport where they're already coming up with ways or trying to come up with ways to freshen it up and modernize it for younger fans.
What I was hoping that this would do this time here, maybe reset baseball. Maybe they'll seriously think about a salary cap and a salary floor.
They won't.
Make some parity.
Forget about it. It ain't happening.
I get it probably
Not
won't
happening.
happen, but I was hoping it might.
I do too. I agree with you, Rich. I've been saying for 20 years. But now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to go round the horn for this week's Smooth Moves. Brought to you by Pittsburgh's largest supplier of the smoothest granite, marble, and quartz countertops anywhere, Armina Stone. 30 seconds, gentlemen. Rich, you're first. Smooth
My
move of the
smooth
week.
move goes to the guys that brought golf back today for charity. And it's Rory McIlroy, Ricky Fowler, Dustin Johnson, and Matt Wolf, and everyone that helped out with this to raise a ton of money. I think they raised close to $5 million. All of them had their own charities. So my smooth move goes to everyone that was involved with this production to help get some normalcy back in our lives and see golf again and players competing.
Mine goes to NASCAR because they put on an event today, and I'm not an auto racing guy, but I watched it and I was entertained by it, and you really couldn't tell the difference between there being fans there and not being fans there. So kudos to them for being one of the first sports back in full, not an exhibition, the real thing, and I thought it went off as planned. Better than maybe planned, Bob.
Yeah, after a while, you don't notice the fans, and I think that's the way it's going to have to be with all these sports. Armina Stone, Pittsburgh's largest supplier of the smoothest granite, marble, and quartz countertops you will find anywhere. And a big sponsor of this program, we thank Armina Stone. When we come back, Pitt, Duquesne, Dissing.